Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. What I wanted to talk about today is different things to have as far as for a variety, talking about canned goods, okay? Today is March 19th, it's Sunday. So, one of the things I just kind of want to show you an example of some of the stuff that I have and why I think it's a good thing or a good idea to have these different things. So, one of the things we're going to talk about first is having fruits, okay? So here's the thing of sliced pineapples. Got a fruit cocktail, pears, and then peaches, okay? So one of the reasons that I buy fruits in a can is because when and if something worst case scenario or S.H.T.F situation happens, you're not going to be getting that fresh fruit anymore, except seasonally, where you might get your pears off your local pear trees. You might get some oranges, but probably not a whole lot. And you're going to get your apples, obviously, off of the trees as well in this area. But you're not going to get pineapple. I mean, that's just not going to happen. So, and like I said, even peaches would be more sporadic. You'd be lucky to get peaches. I mean, unless you had like a greenhouse and we're able to have a longer growing season to be able to get your peaches. But so having fruits in your diet is important to have. Having a variety of different things to eat is also kind of very important in my opinion. You can't just rice and beans. You can't just live off of rice and beans. So having a different variety of things to have is really, really good. Now another thing that I stock up on quite a bit, we got here some green beans, small peas, and then I love these. These are French style green beans. Having again, so now we talked about fruits. Now there's some of your vegetables. Okay, being able to have that in your diet to supplement your diet is a good thing to have. Being able to have that variety. You're not having the same thing day after day after day. It's you can mix and match things, and that way, like I said, you're not getting like, oh my God, we're having that again. So that's being able to have the different vegetables is also good, and you need the nutritional value from it anyway. Next thing I have is I have a bunch of different soups here. Okay, so I have bean and bacon, tomato, chicken noodle, New England clam chowder, and cream of chicken. Now I want to talk about the cream of chicken for a second. That can be mixed with your rice, and it's going to make it a much better meal. Okay, so that cream of chicken, I wouldn't eat it standalone, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of it, but when mixed with your rice, it makes it a lot better. Having the chicken broth is another thing that you can mix in with your rice and stuff like that. Or your beans, and it's going to make it taste better. So, and then having, like I said, a different variety of soups that you like to eat. Like I said, you don't have to have bean and bacon every day. I mean, you have bean and bacon today, then in 2 days you have chicken noodle, and say 2 days later you have the New England clam chowder, and then 2 days after that you have the tomato. Well, by the time you're back to your bean and bacon again, it's been over a week, so you're like, oh, okay, cool, bean and bacon. So it gives you a variety of different things as far as that, and it doesn't even have to be something that even if you eat it once or twice a week, it's another option. It gives you a different meal plan, and that's another thing which you want to think about is planning out your meals in an SHTF situation. You're going to have to take an inventory of what you have, figure out, okay, how long, number one, will it last as we dole it out, depending on how many people that you have, and then setting up a game plan and making meals and try to have some kind of variety, like I said before. Not having, oh, guess what, we're having rice and beans again tonight. This way you're having a different variety of stuff to supplement everything else that you have. Okay, now I'm just showing you canned goods in this example. Okay, having MREs, having freeze-dried foods, that all you got to do is add hot water to, having your beans and your rice, and other components packed away. Everything goes together. But basically, with what I have here on this table, I could have a different meal every day for like a 2 week period of time. Let's say we were only able to eat 1 can a day. You know what I mean? Do you want to have bean and bacon soup 7 days a week? No, you're going to get sicker and tired of it if you had to. But now, like in the back here, I have spaghetti rings. Then I have the rings again, but this time with meatballs. All right. Beef ravioli is here. And spaghetti with meatballs. So 3 of these have meat in them. Okay. And again, it's your spaghetti rings, your rings with the meatballs, your raviolis, and your spaghetti with meatballs. It's a different variety that you can mix and match into your diet. So again, you wouldn't want to just have to eat canned goods every day. That would get old really, really quick. But having a variety of different things to eat, as far as to supplement your diet, it's a good thing to have. Okay, so the last 2 things I have on here is whole potatoes in a can and pork and beans. Now, pork and beans, obviously, super nutritionally, protein wise, it's freaking absolutely awesome for you. Now, the thing is, what you want to think about is having a variety of things that you can use to eat. Now, obviously, it has to be something that you like. That makes a big difference as well. But like I said, having options to have different foods, and again, like I said, this is just canned good stuff. This is just an example of some of my canned good stuff. This isn't even obviously all of it. But it gives you an example. I mean, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 18 different things right here on the table. Okay? So there's a variety of 18 different things that you could choose. Like I said, if you were only able to eat 1 can a day, I mean, let's see, a chicken noodle soup. Let's see what it says on here. Let's see, there is 2.5 servings per container, and it's 70 calories. So that would actually only be like 210 calories in a day. That's not going to be enough to keep you going, okay? Now the clam chowder, let's see what we got here. Let's see. This is 220 calories for this, and they're saying it's 1 serving. Again, that's not going to be enough to keep you going all day long. I mean, if you're burning, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 calories a day, and you're only taking in a small amount, that's obviously not going to do it. Let's see what we got here with the pears. Let's see, we're looking at how many servings? About, let's see, 3.5 servings, 90 calories per serving, so you're talking 270, 315 calories, for that thing of pears. And obviously you would drink the juice as well, because it's in a heavy syrup, and again, it's something else added on sweetening wise. Let's take a look at the vegetables to see what the vegetables are saying. Okay, per serving it's 20 calories, 3.5 servings in the thing, so you're only looking at 70 calories for that whole can of beans. But again, it's like, if it's that or nothing, that's your option obviously is better. So let's look at the spaghetti with meatballs here. Let's see what that one says. See, serving size 2 in a container, and you're looking at 230 calories per serving. So there's 460 calories if you eat that. So obviously a lot more calories. You have to eat a lot more of the vegetables. But if you had, if your choice for the entire day was can of vegetables, a thing of pasta, and then a thing of pears, if that was your meal for the entire day, you're talking, let's see, what do we say here? It's 315, and so you're looking at 780, and then this one was only like 70. So it's like, right there, say that was all you had for that entire day, you're looking at under 1,000 calories, okay? but it would be something as opposed to having nothing. But again, now what you would do, obviously, this would supplement. Now, if it's summertime, you want to, like I said, you want to learn your edible plants because you can get a lot of calories off of your edible plants. What you can eat. I mean, worms obviously is something that you can eat protein wise. But the thing is, it's like using your canned goods in coalition with everything else that you're eating. It's going to help overall. It's going to help, keep you alive. But having enough of the stuff on hand. Now, one of the things I get asked a lot, can you eat something past the expiration date? Absolutely you can. The only thing that happens once you eat something past the expiration date, we got a can of beans here. Let's see when the expiration of this is. Oh, okay. March of 17. So actually that's due, the expiration date on this can of beans is this month, okay? The only thing that happens once we get past that date is it starts to lose its nutritional value. That's it. But this can, as long as it's not dented, swollen, it's going to be okay to eat. You open it up, and as long as it doesn't smell rancid, it's going to be okay to eat. Make sure you heat it up thoroughly, obviously. But this is not going to be, it's March of 2017, I got to throw it all out. No, that's wasting food. So this is still going to be fine to eat past that date, and it could be years past the date. Only thing it does is starts to lose its nutritional value. That's it. So, a lot of people have a misconception of when something is past its expiration date that they got to get rid of it, it's no longer no good. As long as that can isn't swollen up, or the seams, what you want to look at is in the seams, is having, issues in the seams. If you had a major dent up in the top here, it would compromise the can. You don't want to have that. Now, some of the cans that I have, I'll give you an example. Let's see here. All right, here's a thing of pears. It's got the pull tab. Now, if you want to go with, if you have a choice, you're going to go with your solid tops, not your pull tab tops, because these ones actually are going to last longer. Okay, so that's what you got to look at too. It's making that plan for everything that you have, so that you make sure that you have the right combination of stuff. Like I said, you don't just want to eat canned goods. You want to have other things in your diet, obviously, but just with the things on here, if you supplement your diet with these, it's going to make eating much more pleasurable, and it's going to make things better in that aspect. So I just kind of wanted to do this video just to give you guys some ideas, and and just kind of go from there, so you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about, what my thought process is when I go out and I'm getting the canned goods and other things to eat. I'm always trying to think, first of all, it has to be something that you're going to eat, number one. I would not get black olives. Can't stand black olives, so why would I buy them? Okay? It's not something that I'm going to eat, so why would I buy it? Because if I was forced to eat it, it would be awful. So I would rather have something in my pantry that is something that I'm going to eat anyway, and that's what you want to look at doing. And again, you're going to supplement this with, if you're hunting or fishing to catch fish, or, small game or whatever else you're having in your diet, your edible plants. There's a lot of other things that you're going to be able to supplement. Now, obviously, in the wintertime, you're not going to be able to. Now, a lot of people have been talking about, in the comments, about canning. Okay? Canning is an absolutely awesome thing to do. I have a pressure canner, and I also have the other stuff to just do a regular canning. So I definitely do plan on doing some canning. I like having different options. So somebody had made a suggestion, and they said what they do is, like, after Thanksgiving, when all the turkey and the ham all goes on sale, they buy a bunch of it and they can it all up. I thought that was a fantastic idea. And see, that's the thing where we learn from each other. So again, like I said, I'm just giving you an example of some stuff. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your ideas are. I probably don't have all the things on here that you would like to eat, but I'm just giving you an example of some of the things. I only pulled out, this amount of cans. I really didn't go through everything and pull a little bit of everything, but I just wanted to pull these out to give an example of the different types of things I like to have on hand to use as a supplement for my meals, you know, in that worst case scenario. Obviously, beans and rice are a big part of what I do, and you know, having other things as well is very important. So anyway, guys, actually it was a pleasant day, a little overcast today, so we're obviously running on the solar right now. It's been a nice day. A lot of the snow has been melting today, which is very helpful. We had actually about another 1.5 inches of snow on the ground this morning, so must have snowed overnight. But that all melted away during the course of the day. So anyway, I hope everybody had a great weekend. And for the NCAA, for all you folks out there following the tournament, go Duke. Love Dukies. Love Krzyzewski. He's a great coach. I always root for Jim Boeheim with Syracuse, but obviously they didn't make the tournament this year, so got to go with the Dukies. So anyway, guys, listen, have a great day, and remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and remember, it's one step at a time, one thing at a time, one day at a time. You're going to get to your goals. You have to be methodical. You have to think about it. One of the most important things, in my opinion, is food. You cannot do anything else if you don't have food. Okay, obviously you have to have fresh water. You have to have a fresh water supply. Water I'm way good to go on, so I'm not worried about water, but it's food. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse went out for